You're watching Talonted Productions.
You're watching Connect Tour.
How did you become Meka? Like,
Wow.
what year how did you get into music? Let's start with that.
Theater. I was into dance and theater as a kid. So I did dance classes since I could walk. I was interested in musical theater. I moved to Orlando to go to the arts program at Dr. Phillips High School.
From
St. Petersburg.
Okay.
I love theater. I did kind of veer off as soon as, actually when I was still in high school, I started leaning towards poetry, the Beat Generation, the Rebels.
I love that.
They're like the early goth kids, the predecessor to like slam poetry. And I started doing open mic nights and writing poetry and starting to play guitar and writing songs, bringing the poetry to life, and then what characters would bring the poetry to life. And I just barely have done theater since. I just decided that the music world was the place to express my character, my poetry.
So where did the name Meka come from?
My brother. He's called me a lot of nicknames. Mitch, Michelob, Michelin, but then Meka Nism. Like, I was like, ooh, that's a good one. I'm using that one. He's like, yeah, that'd be a good band name. I'm like, yes, it would.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You were in theater, and then
Yes.
you went from the theater, you turned that into like a rock persona, which is
Yes.
your persona.
Yes. Well, I had some help. Dirty Barbie taught me about feminism and going crazy stage antics. I had a band, Angel Autopsy. I was trying to write a rock opera, which I'm still doing, by the way.
Nice.
And I'm sure with, recently performing with Phantasmagoria, who, oh my gosh, when Lady Cimarine joins us on stage at the House of Blues or wherever we are, or our music videos, like Trailblazer or Black Sky.
Great videos, by the way. If you guys haven't seen them yet, check them out here on YouTube. Definitely.
So I'm even performing with them now for a couple of special appearances. And so my spark and love for theater might not have gotten that far away. Might bring the rock opera element back. You never know. You heard it here first.
I mean, the first time I ever saw you, you were laying on the stage, screaming at the top of your lungs, sliding across the stage on your back. It was amazing. And I'd say, to me, at that point, that was edgy.
Yeah. I believe in performance art aspects of all things. I think that you want to make people uncomfortable with your art, because that's actually the biggest gift you can give to people, is make people a little uncomfortable. Not so uncomfortable that like you've lost them.
Yeah.
But just uncomfortable enough to expand their boundaries and then feel really secure coming back to center. They're like, oh, I just expanded.
You take them to the edge, push it a little bit, and then...
And you're giving people freedom that way.
Yes. You were in Japan, you said, for what, 3
3 and a third years,
okay,
yeah.
3 and a third. So then that brings us to like 2010 or 2011.
Middle of 2010.
Okay, and then you came home.
Yes.
What prompted that, though?
I got a job offer in Berlin.
Ooh.
Yes. Some of my friends, Sasha from Germany and Takae, his wife, we were doing some experimental theater in Osaka. And they were like, we should all move to East Berlin. They had a theater company over there, and take over Europe with our avant-garde form of punk rock theater. I'm like, I'm in. I was going to be the musical director. I was already writing songs with them, and I was like reworking like Ramones songs
It's like
and
a
different
dream.
things. Totally. But when I left Japan and came back home to visit for a few months, they didn't get their visas, and the theater company went bankrupt. So I could have either gone to Germany and continued my plan as an English teacher again, but kind of had to be conservative and kind of start over with a different culture and a different language, which I'm open for. But then I was like, I should give this a second and see what I can do here. And I was playing with some great guys. And then I met Bobby Von Ripper, Bobby the Ripper Keller, my guitarist.
Okay.
And I just knew, like, I had that spiritual connection where I was like, okay, all right, we're going to stay, we're going to do this. And we've been band partners ever since.
You're like, this is somebody I should be with.
Yeah, he had the spark, he had the something, but it was reserved at the time. So watching him grow into himself has been a beautiful experience, because he is a beast.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
totally.
And he just shreds, and he's got all the elements of like the best aspects of what it means to be like rock star. Like, so I'm getting the boys in Meka Nism on track to want to do acoustic stuff with me. You know, I started out as Meka Nism on Rusty Tears, and we are metal, but metal done acoustic. We did it at 36 Black, our collective. We did an acoustic set. Boy, was that sexy. Oh, with the Danny playing violin. Danny Volpe Arrieta is our second guitar player. We wanted him for a long time. We didn't take on a second guitar player. I didn't even start playing guitar again. We were waiting for him. He has not returned, but he has come to us finally. And
He emerged from the ether.
he came to his home with Meka Nism. It's exciting, like seeing where we're going. And the goal was to go to Germany. And The War Inside, which was the last EP we recorded in Lübeck, Germany with Lasse Lemaire from LSD Studios.
By the way, I love The War Inside.
Yes!
Absolutely love it. Every time it comes on the radio here, I turn that shit all the way up. Love
Thanks,
it.
Talon.
You talking about this album? You brought a copy of it?
I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a copy of Meka Nism, The War Inside. You can they buy this digitally?
Totally. On all of the digital platforms. Yeah.
We'll have everything listed right here for you where you can buy this album. I highly recommend it. My favorite track is the self-titled track, The War Inside.
Yes.
Music video is incredible.
Oh, we had such a great time doing that.
It looked awesome.
Oh, we had such a great time. Hard work creating that, but when you hear it, like, you know, it's the next level. Like, I've done a lot of music, and this was our third EP, but this had that magic. It was like saying the message in the way, because I believe in empowerment and manifestation and trying to deliver a message or a mantra. Like, what do you program yourself with? Well, if you're going to be listening to music and you're going to be chanting shit, it might as well be something you want to create in your life. The songs are about, you know, facing yourself, you know, getting in there and battling, but like winning, being the creator of your own life, you know, manifesting your dreams come true.
Who are your musical influences?
That is a wide and crazy spectrum. Huge part of my heart lives out there in like Oakland, California, with Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, and then Nils and Dawn. They did Fawn Fables, who I got the privilege as Meka Nism and her Rusty Tears to open for, living in Japan. I played 150 shows in Japan. I saw a lot of bands in a lot of cities. It's like Maximum Z Hormone, like Okinawan band, brother and sister. They're just wild.
Name, bro.
Maximum Z Hormone. Nabawa is an instrumental band with a violinist as the main, and he made an appearance on my Robot Eat Sushi album. And just my friends who are musicians over there. I listen to J-pop. There's also Dance Gavin Dance. I've really like cheesily gotten into bands that aren't in the metal genre but have really good vocals. Like Thrice is a good example. That one song, Black Honey. It's the
I love that
it's
song.
the right zone for me without being too heavy, but it has the edge. I listen to Florence and the Machine.
Oh, I listen to her too.
I love Florence and the Machine! 21 Pilots is another example of when I hear it, I feel it. And I get excited about that feeling. And it's not a feeling I have all the time. But the tonality of his voice and the way he puts words together,
It's fantastic. True artist. Those are
People
my
who are
favorite
not
artists.
afraid to deviate from their own genre, I think, are the true artists.
Indeed.
Which is why I'm taking risks again with my project